Hello guys, so today we are doing what we call off-camera flash versus on-camera flash. Now we have a light right here, and this is what we call like a strobe. This is Godox 8400 Pro right here, and right here I've got the Godox V1 right here. These are two different type of light. Okay, this is on-camera flash and this is off-camera flash. Now, a lot of people will say to me, look, the reason why you're able to get all the images you're getting is because you have all the fancy light or all this light. But my answer is you can always use what you have. Know the limitation of what you have to get the best result. I'm going to be putting these two lights to test and getting a similar result today. Now, you need to understand the limitation of what you've got. So I understand that this has a limitation, this light, and I also know that this light is more powerful than this light. So I have to make sure that I take advantage of that. Now this is a 600 watt light, and this is like less than 100 watt light. So in the direct sun, this will not be able to overpower the sun. In the direct sun, this can still overpower the sun if I'm in high speed sync. So I know that. So the first thing I did when I get into the park, right? I got into the park, right? Is to look for a shade because I want this comparison to be fair. So staying under the shade means that I don't need all the light in the world, but I can still get what I want. So I'm going to be taking series of images. I will start with the Godox 8400 Pro. Today I'm using the Sony AR5. It's paired with the Sigma 84 f1.4. And for my off-camera flash, I'll be using this trigger. This trigger here is a Godox trigger. It's a touch screen, and that's what I will be using for and it will be in high-speed sync for my off-camera flash, which is this. Now, with the on-camera flash, my light will be on the camera. That's all it means. It's on camera. The light is on my camera, and I'm sure most of you must have seen this Speedlite before, and they are much cheaper than this one, but you can still achieve similar result. So without any further ado, what I'm going to do right now is to show you guys a set of images where I will be taking with this one. And then once we're done with this one, I'm going to show you images that I'm going to be taking with this one. My model is ready and we are good to go. We're good to shoot right now. And so I'm just going to start straight away, show you. And I'm also showing you one or two pictures that I will take directly inside the sun. And you guys will see the difference between taking a picture directly inside the sun, take it like in the shade right now, and also the difference between using a light like this, which is far more expensive, is like ×3 or ×4 of this one, and see how we can make the best use of this light. At the end of the day, it's the end result that matters. Nobody cares about the light you use. If the image comes out and they look good and they're pleasant to the eye, what? Nobody cares. So, and that's what I want to show you guys today. So no more excuses from today. I don't want to hear, oh, it's because you use a fancy light. You can use what you have. Go out there and get shooting, right? So I'm going to start. Now, my settings will be at ISO 100 for most of the time today, and my shutter speed will be dependent on what my ambience will allow me to do, and then my f-stop will be at f1.4 for most of the majority of the shoot. So the only thing that you'll see changing will be my shutter speed, so I can move from 1002 to 3000 to 8000 to 5000. That will probably change from time to time. But when it comes to my on-camera flash, oh, everything will probably need to change. My ISO, my shutter speed, and my f-stop is the only one that will try and remain at f1.4 for this particular shoot. Guys, without any further ado, let's get to behind the scenes and see some of these photos. Right, let's go. So what I want to do with this one, so this is the second light I'm going to be using today. And the reason I'm using this one is just to light up from my subject from behind, just to create a little bit of light at the behind, and it's just going to create some little bit of glow. I was adding a gel. I'll try and add a gel and see how it looks like as well, and you guys will be able to see just this simple impact of having that as well. Right? Okay, just stay for me there. All right, let me just put this. If you come here, right? All right, now stay there. Okay, good. Right, and let's try this. Are you ready? Okay. All right, good. And f1.4. Okay, let's go down. All right, brilliant. So if you look at the light for me, look at this light now, this time around. All right, just stay that way. and relax. Okay, let's go. Stick there, stay there. All right, is that what you're gonna do? All right.
Camera light.
Yeah, stay that way.
I look at the camera light.
Just look at me, look at the camera. Good. Okay, good. Okay, I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this light to this side a bit. Okay. So we want the light to be a bit, we want the light to be coming from a little bit from above, because that is more flattering, especially when the light is coming from, like every light that you see mostly come from above, like even the sun is from above. If you have a light in your house, most of them come from above you. So when lights are generally coming from above you, they're more flattering than a light coming directly in the line of sight of yourself. So if it's coming straight at you, it's not flattering, but it's coming right there. It's gonna, give you some depth, some shadows, some textures and contrast, and it's gonna look a lot more better. I'm trying to protect this light, it shouldn't fall. Okay, all right, so let me try that again. So stay in there. All right, let's go. All right. Okay, all right. All right, good. Oh, beautiful. This light is falling pleasantly, and it's just looking so beautiful, so beautiful. Beautiful. So great. If you come this way, put that leg the way you're doing it. Yeah, but turn your body that way. Good. Yeah, and do what you're doing. Yeah, look at this light. Follow me. All right. Straighten that finger. This finger. Good. All right. Good. Right now, I'm going to try the second flash now. This is the off-camera flash. So we want to get a similar result. That's the whole idea. But this light here is a 60 watt light. So you can imagine for the Speedlite, I think they are less than 100. So imagine a 60 watt light and like a less than 100 watt light. So how can you take advantage? Now, the reason is because the 60 watt light is less expensive. This will set you back close like 500 pounds, whereby you can get some of these speed lights for less than 100 pounds. You can get some other ones for like 250. There's one that will cost you even 1,000 with the Pro Photo. But for the majority, you can get them either below 100 pounds or below 200 pounds. You get good ones there. So for so many people out there and thinking, okay, I can't afford this big light, this massive light. Can I achieve the same thing using a light that is so less expensive that probably you can afford? And you say, okay, can I achieve the same thing, right? Now, this is a technique. If you want to do that, the best thing that you need to do is to, remember I talked about location when I started this shoot. The best thing is to, when you get into a location like this, so we're inside the sun, we're somewhere in the park, but the sun is so high, so hot, the degrees about 32 degrees, and that's a lot. So how do we navigate there? So what I did when I got in here is to look at areas where there's shades. And once I saw areas where there's shade, they were the best options, because the reason why this smaller light will not perform well, especially in the direct sun, is because they don't have enough power to overpower the sun. These can still overpower the sun to a certain extent. So to just make the equation balance, because if I were to take the shoot inside the sun and doing all that, it will be practically unfair. So that's why I said you need to know the limitation of what you have. Now, I recognize that the limitation of the smaller flash, so let me bring it up. So the limitation of this one right here is because they don't have as much power as this one right here. So then we need to make sure that when we get to a location, we look for a place where there is a shade like this, or you can create shade yourself. People use like umbrella. You can use like a white umbrella. You can buy a big white umbrella They are less expensive. They are less than £50. You can get them, but they have to be photography umbrella, or you can even buy a number one. And if you ask someone to hold it for you, it will likely diffuse the sun. It will reduce the intensity of the sun, and it will give you the opportunity to be able to use this speed light to get a shot that you want to get. Now, another problem you're going to have with this light is because there's something we say in photography: the bigger the bigger the source of light, the softer the light will be. So you guys can see the softbox. The softbox is like big and, creator. Look at this size of this softbox. Compare it to what we have right here. Now, this will create a softer light in relation to your subject. So your subject, the closer your subject is to this big light, the softer that light will be. Now, because this is a smaller light in terms of the shape and everything, this will create hard light. And what that means is that you're gonna get some of these, very contrasty, very highlight out of this. And sometimes that is not what you want. I mean, for creative purposes, people do use this kind of hard light in the studio or outdoor for some artistic purposes. But for most part, we want a soft light, especially in this kind of condition. A soft light will do us a lot of good. And so therefore, how can we achieve that same thing using this one? So I have another thing I will show you guys. So I've got this right here. So this will kind of diffuse the light a little bit. Not, people say it's not that effective, so I'm using this one, the Magmog. So it's pretty a little bit expensive, but at least I use this for a lot of events, and it's pretty good. It's not that bad, and it's magnetic. That's why I like it, because I just put it on this, boom, and that's all I need to do. So I'm going to put this on my camera right now. So then we're going to be able to do what we call on camera flash. Remember, what we've been doing is been off camera flash, because we don't have a light on top of our camera. That's simply what it means. Now we're going to have a light directly on our camera, and that is called on camera flash. So I'm going to remove this trigger right now. There's a trigger right here. I'm going to remove this trigger, and then I'm going to pull this in there, and then we'll try and take advantage of this one as well. So here we go. Because we're already in the shade, so I just need to find the best exposure for my subject. So I'm in high speed sync right now. So currently I'm in high speed sync. To be able to use this one, I want to be in high speed sync. That will allow me to go to like 1/8,000 of a shutter speed, and then try that out. So ready? Okay, come here. All right. So we're only using this. Remember, we are no longer using this for now. So I'm just going to use it. I'm going to put this off right now so that we don't have any light coming. So let me put this on. So this is currently off right now. Okay. All right, let's try this. So I'm going to try my first. Okay, ready? Okay, let's go. Okay, good. Yeah, give me some smile. Your head should be always straight. Okay. Chin down, chin down. It's too much. Relax, relax. Turn this way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Put that leg in the phone there. All right, good. All right, don't it. Yeah, look at me. All right, good. All right. So for this to work, I will need to point the light directly at my subject. Okay, let's do that. Okay, then I need to increase this light. So currently it's at 258, so I need to, okay, I want to stay at 1/8 with my light on this one. So I'm going to show you guys. So hopefully you guys will be able to see. So I'll try it first. If it's not good enough, like if the light is not, if it's not outputting a lot of light enough, then I'm going to increase it. But for now, we're going to try it at this one. So, okay, let's go. Okay. So it doesn't look like there's enough light there. So I'm just going to increase the ISO. That's another thing I can do. Bring my ISO to about 350 on here, 320. Okay, let me just take it back to, okay. a lot better. So I'm going to move back just to give us, right? Okay, just make sure that's a lot better. So one disadvantage you're going to have with this is because I have to be close. I have to be close to my subject, but then the problem I have is that I'm using a longer lens. So I'm using the 85. So with the 85, I need to be a little bit farther from my subject to be able to get things in focus because it's a very tight lens and you need some distance. So an ideal lens for this could have been probably a 50 or a 35 to allow me to move a little bit closer to my subject. Okay, so, but we have to make do with what we have. So that means most of the shot I'll be taking will just be like up here, right? So it won't be probably more than this. But the ideal thing, we just want to see what we can achieve with this. So we won't be able to like incorporate a lot of our environment to this shot. But then as long as we get our subject in focus and it looks great, it looks beautiful, and we achieve a similar stuff to what we get on the strobe, and that's what matters. At the end of the day, all I'm trying to show you guys right here is that you can use what you have to get a result. There is no excuse to say, okay, I don't have the most expensive light or this. You can get this cheap light, know their limitation, make sure you know their limitation and you use them to their best of their ability, and then you're going to get the same result as whichever light anybody is losing. Just use your resources to get the best out of this photo shoot. All right, good. Okay, good. All right, I'm gonna stay there. All right. Good. Sometimes you just need to adjust your subject. Like I can see the sun coming down on him on one part and the image looks a little bit funny. So I decided to just move him a little bit. Sometimes that can change how your final image looks. Like just that little patient and looking at things around you to make sure that if you remove any object that can obstruct or can hinder the kind of image that you have, just take a pause. Just pause and look at things around you. Move things around. That's going to save you a lot of time in editing and you throwing a lot of pictures away. All right, let's do that picture right now. Okay. I think we're in the best position now. Good. All right, great. Look at this. Relax your face. Give me that smile. All right, good. So for me, overall, from what I can see here, when it comes to obviously these, like I said, we have a lot better softer light than what we have having this on. But we're still able to get at least a good image in my own opinion. So for me, is using what you have to get the best result, knowing the limitation of what you have to make the best out of it. I want you guys to tell me what you think about these images, which one you prefer, and tell me why as well. Leave those things in the comment below. Let's have some conversation about these images as well. Thank you for joining me on this review today. I'm in a very noisy environment, but if you stick true to the end of this review right now, I really appreciate it. And for everyone watching as well, thank you very much. We'll be able to get some amazing results. I'll just show you guys some pictures right now, and then we are going to close. Thank you. All right, let's go. Bye-bye, everyone.